Yes, this episode of the ECW series, we're going to be looking at some of the commanders that were available on the parliamentarian side, and we're also going to be looking at them via this box from Warlord Games for the epic Pike Shotte range. The English Civil War was quite a transformative event that reshaped the balance of power in England and set the stage for the Glorious Revolution of 1688 and the subsequent development of parliamentary democracy in the country. The English Civil War witnessed the involvement of several key commanders on both sides who played significant roles in shaping the outcome of the battles and the overall course of the conflict. And in this episode, we're going to look at those that fought on the side of Parliament and commanded troops, otherwise commonly known as roundheads or parliamentarians. So we'll just get into that now and have a look at what you get in the Pike Shotte box and what commanders they were. So we have the box of English Civil War parliamentarian commanders for Warlord's Pike Shotte Epic Battles range. And in this box you get a number of commanders. You get Sir Arthur Haselrig, the Earl of Essex, Robert de Vaux, Oliver Cromwell, Sir Thomas Fairfax and Sir William Waller. So let's open the box. And these are resin rather than hard plastic. And I shall go through each one as we... So, we shall start with Oliver Cromwell. Oliver Cromwell was initially a cavalry commander at the beginning of the English Civil War, and would eventually go on to lead the parliamentarian forces. He pretty much emerged as quite a formidable military strategist, and he played a crucial role in several battles, including Marston Moor, Naseby, Dunbar and Worcester. He also was one of the leading opponents of the New Model Army, and developed some quite innovative military tactics that were instrumental in securing a parliamentary victory. So you see, it's quite a nice little model. So next we have the Earl of Essex. Now he's also known, goes by the name of Robert de Vaux. He was the third Earl of Essex. He was a professional soldier, and at the start of the Civil War he was the Captain General and Chief Commander of the Parliamentarian Army. However, he was unable to secure a decisive victory, against the Royalists and King Charles I. And so eventually he was overshadowed by the ascendancy of Cromwell and Thomas Fairfax, and he eventually resigned his commission in 1646. So here we have is Thomas Fairfax. He was appointed Commander-in-Chief of Parliamentarian Forces, and he led the New Model Army alongside Cromwell and played a vital role in its success. Fairfax demonstrated quite good and strong leadership and managed to help secure victories at battles such as Marston Moor and Naseby. I mean, him and Cromwell combined were a formidable force and were instrumental at bringing victory against the Royalists. So next we have this Arthur Hazelrig, Hazelrig, I think that's how you pronounce it properly. He was a skilled commander and tactician, and he played quite a crucial role in several sieges during the English Civil War, notably Newcastle and Carlisle. I know yet another strong commander, but primarily he was known for breaking sieges. And the final miniature in this pack is Sir William Waller. Waller was quite a prominent general during the English Civil War on the parliamentarian side, and was known for being quite aggressive and was very effective in the early stages of war and taking troops under his command. He achieved victories in places such as Cheriton and Croppedy Bridge. I think Croppedy Bridge is again in the southwest. But Waller was quite a good strategic commander, and it was his aggression which made him quite an effective commander. Now, as I said, all these miniatures are resin. They are quite highly detailed. There is not much in the way of mould lines on there. There is, on some of them you'll need to actually clip off some bits of excess. Most of the bases will need cleaning up before being glued down onto something, but overall they're quite nicely sculpted and cast, especially at this scale. They're quite detailed for such a small scale miniature. Yeah, it's really quite nice. So the commanders displayed varying degrees of strategic insight, tactical skill and leadership throughout the English Civil War, and their actions and decisions influenced the outcomes of battles and ultimately the course of the conflict. Now, we've looked at the Pike and Shotte range today, and the commanders that are available in Warlord's epic scale. Now, obviously, if you're going to be playing in 28mm or 20mm or something like that, there will be, alternative examples in those ranges. You will be able to buy most of those commanders in the scale of your choice, whether it be 20mm, 15mm, or 28mm, because these were quite prominent individuals during that period. You should be able to pick up variations of them in different scales, depending on what scale you're playing. It shouldn't be a problem picking up those that we've looked at today, especially things like Earl of Essex, Fairfax, Cromwell, and Waller. Those should be available in most scales. So even though we've looked at Pike and Shotte today, if you're planning to do 28mm or 15mm, you should be able to buy versions of those individuals, commanders in those scales. Anyway, that's all for now. I'll see you next time. I hope you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Cheers.